Hi, this is Gary Kayye. We're here at Integrate 2018, beginning of the second day here of a big show here in Sydney, Australia. I'm here with Mark Lampard, who's the managing director for Corsair. Good morning, Mark. How are you?
Very good. How are you going?
I know you had some struggles getting set up, but every time I came by here yesterday, you were packed. So you must be happy ultimately with the turnout.
Oh, absolutely. This is a great show for the Australian industry. We try and put on a good effort to show all of our products from all of our vendors.
Yeah.
And sometimes that has some consequences for our preparation.
Yeah.
So we're pretty good now.
And quite honestly, only people that notice the problems are you, right? I mean, people walking around don't realize there was even an issue. So one of the big brands that you're representing here at the show is Lumens, and Lumens is launching, into this part of the world, a brand new product line that we did a special video of the day before the show actually opened. Talk about that for just a second and how the response to that collaboration piece has been.
So the new product is TapShare. It's a wireless presentation system from Lumens. It's designed to make visitors coming into a presentation space as simple as possible. So there's no drivers, it's up to 4K capable, up to 4 presenters can be on the screen at once.
And what's unique about it is unlike most of the competitive collaboration BYOD systems use USB and screen scraping, and in your case you're using HDMI. You have the ability to use USB. You can do wired or wireless. That's a neat feature of it, but you're primarily focused on the HDMI benefit there, which is going to result in higher quality and also going to result in more capability and connectivity capable.
Yeah, that's right. And additionally to that, they've implemented a reverse touch feature, which allows a collaboration space to work back onto the host PC. So you don't have to have an in-room PC anymore to do that sort of whiteboarding and so on.
Yeah, and collaboration has obviously become a big part of our market overall. Speaking of the market, Australia is kind of in a weirdly unique position. For some reason, you seem to be like a bellwether of the rest of the industry. What happens here happens the rest of the world. A lot of the new products that have launched in the market kind of showed here earlier, but more importantly, technologically. Like, for example, even most recently, the first integrations and the first systems that were built AV over IP came out of Australia. And then the rest of the world sort of asked you and your country and your friends here in the industry what they think of the technology. Why is that? I mean, what do you think is sort of is creating that kind of a culture?
Well, in Australia, the industry is relatively advanced. Like we take stuff on a little bit earlier than other markets in the world. Yeah. We also have, as you said, a couple of Australian guys heavily involved in that AV over IP industry. Yeah, you did. Obviously at the chip level and also at the manufacturing level. But it is, the obvious advancement, and so the big companies in Australia, being, we'll call it a relatively affluent country, invest very heavily into advanced technologies.
Yeah, in fact, definitely you walk around the city of Sydney, for example, and you see a significant amount of digital signage compared to the average city, right? It's a much higher adoption rate, indoor and outdoor. I've seen more outdoor signage here than anywhere else. Now, granted, you have great weather generally, but it does rain here, and you do get some dust storms. Sure. But I have seen a lot of digital signage, so I think that bodes well in the industry. And there's a lot of new products that are launching here at the show that have over the last few years, especially that were shown here first, and then they showed up at ISC, and then they showed up at Infocom. So tell me about the market in general. Where do you see the market? Is it on the way up? Is it flattened? Is it down? What do you think?
We're very bullish on the AV market. I mean, Corsair Solutions was born out of the broadcast and production markets, and we moved into the AV market. Yeah. And that was because the broadcast market's kind of on the way down. With a big move to internet-based video, and we thought the AV market with investment into infrastructure in corporates and so on was on the way up, and it's just keeping it going up.
And how do people get engaged with you? Like, if there's viewers here that are interested in we kind of two sides, right? I mean, you have manufacturers who might be watching this that may want distribution in Australia and New Zealand, and then you also have clients that are watching this potentially, both integrators and end users that may be interested in the brands that you carry. How do they get engaged with you?
So our website is corsairsolutions.com.au. We encourage end users, resellers, integrators to get in touch with us to discuss product selections and so on. And then because we are a trade-only distributor, if the end user would like to get access to the product, we give them a recommendation for resellers or integrators to get in touch with.
Yeah, and this is an opportunity for those manufacturers who are looking for distribution here in Australia to reach out to Mark, because there's a lot of ingrained distributors here that have been here a long time, and a lot of them are based on the historical audio market. You're coming from a different side of that, coming from broadcast and video. So if you're on that side of the market, this is a good place to start. Congratulations on everything. I know that you had a frustrating time getting set up. It's working out well. The show floor is not even open back up on day 2, but I know that you got more sleep last night probably than you did the last 2 nights.
7 hours last night, so that's a miracle.
And that's more than the last 2 nights combined, right?
Probably, yeah.
But that's what happens. It's the life of shows. If you don't like that, then you got to get out of our industry, because that's just exactly the way it is. This is a beautiful convention center, by the way. This is just
one of our customers actually fitted all the AV for the convention center. So
yeah. Well, it's beautiful. It's the only limitation I've heard is that there's only one loading dock. Outside of that, everybody says everything's phenomenal, but they hit it really well, because the aesthetics are really important, like you said, to Australian people. Congratulations. Corsair.com, CorsairSolutions.com.au is how you find out more about Corsair, Corsair, and keep watching. We're actually going to go around now and shoot individual videos at each of the product stations, see all the brands that you carry. You got about 15 brands represented here at the show. We're going to shoot individual videos at each one, and you can check them out by either searching Corsair or any of these lines right here. Look, any of these brands, you can search them or Corsair. They'll both be in the description of the videos we post. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.